Okay, team, we took out 50,000 US dollars. Why? We want to turn it to 5 million. Did I say US? It's Australian dollars. It's yellow. Plastic, not paper. We want to turn it to $5 million, and we're looking for just one token to invest in. This is part of a series we're running here on the channel and in our inner circle, where you can see all the breakdowns, link in the description for that. Today, me and Tristan just sorted the leaderboard. Invest our 50 grand into the token that you suggest. As long as you're the first person to suggest it, we're sending you $1,000 of that token as well. We've gone through literally hundreds of tokens. We've shortlisted them and we've ranked them on the leaderboard. And we have two that are equally first at the moment. And I want to break down one today with you. One, so I can sort of get your guys' opinion on it before we throw 50 grand in. But two, because it seems almost like an obvious bet. And I say bet because it is a betting company. It's called rollbit. And you might be saying, rollbit, isn't that the biggest gambling token out there? Why would you put 50 grand into something with such a high market cap? Well, let me show you what I'm thinking, and I want your thoughts. So this is our good friend of the show, Drake, probably the most famous singer, rapper, potentially in the world, maybe Ariana Grande. We're not going to go into the hierarchy of the singers at the moment, but this is Drake, and he has a $100 million per year deal with this website called Stake. You've probably seen it online. The clips go viral. I mean, even this has 165,000 views, and it's someone reacting to Drake, and now I'm reacting to someone else reacting to Drake. He won $10 million, or he's gambling with $10 million on this stream, and it's big. The narrative is huge. So huge that this company, Stake, which is actually an Australian company, funny enough, or at least the founders are Australian, but they made $2.6 billion in gaming revenue last year. That's not turnover of the table. That's how much money came in for the house's edge to Stake in just 1 year. And this is actually 2 years ago now, so it's 2022, because this article's from 2023, which I'm guessing that's probably closer to the $3 billion plus level for Stake, being the biggest casino. But although you can gamble with crypto in Stake, Stake don't have their own token. They're more above board Web 2 version. And when we come and have a look at the Web 3 versions of the casinos, these are them listed down there. Once again, rollbit's at the top. It's at a $201 million market cap. But you can see something like Shuffle's at a $26 million circulating. I believe this might actually be the biggest, fully diluted at $219 million. But that's got a lot of inflation to come. So I'm not touching Shuffle. I want something like rollbit that has absolutely no inflation to come, right on the $200 million market cap level. Which I know what we're thinking. Well, hopefully you're probably reasonable in thinking something like this. If we're putting that 50 grand in and we want it to 100x, we need that to get to a $20 billion valuation. And to be honest, I think it does have a really good chance. And that's what I want to show you here. So this is on CoinGecko, and it says the top gambling coins by market cap. The total market cap of all these gambling coins is $524 million, which is pretty insane to me, because that's less, obviously, that's $500 million. If you look at something like memes, now I'm not going to be the guys like memes have no utility. I'm actually a huge believer in memes. I think they're a very powerful thing, but their market cap is $62 billion. And I still believe we're at the start of the bull run. I think this is probably going to 10x. It'll probably be $600 billion of meme coins. Maybe it might be a bit high, but maybe it's going to 5x into $300 billion. But the gambling niche seems so undervalued to me, because there's actually real utility that's used on their website. And in fact, they actually launched it in a very respectable way. 100% of rollbit was distributed to rollbit users. There was no ICO, and there were no rollbits sold over the counter to investors, which is a very impressive way to roll out a token. But the more impressive thing that I've seen, and this is really what's piqued my interest and should pique yours as well, is they announced a buy and burn program. And this basically, because when you go to the casino, say in your local town, you're only ever playing against the casino, and they have the house edge. You're most likely going to lose. This buy and burn mechanism is almost like you can buy shares in a casino. And I know cryptocurrency doesn't always reflect the value of the business, but in this instance, it just might. Because rollbit uses a portion of daily revenue, not profit, revenue, from its casino, crypto futures, and sportsbook verticals to purchase and burn, permanently burn, rollbit, RLB. The process is known as buy and burn, and what makes rollbit a deflationary currency asset. As rollbit already has significant revenue, and I mean, this is the important thing to notice about rollbit too. They have over 1 million registered users and an estimated $40 million wagered per day and $5 billion wagered overall. So they're not an up-and-coming new casino that's just getting onto the scene and trying to promise you lots of things. They're up there running and fully functioning. In fact, as you saw, they're the second biggest online crypto casino that has their own token by market cap. And they say as rollbit's revenues continue to grow more and more, rollbit will be purchased and burnt. With each burn, RLB is permanently removed from the supply forever. This process causes RLB to become more scarce over time, making it deflationary. And there's a dashboard where you can go and track this. This is on rollbit's website. You can climb up here and click on dashboard. And you can see they burn casino revenue. So the casino revenue in the last 24 hours was $618,000 US. And they burn 10% of it. They buy and burn. You can go track their wallet online and actually see this, which means they're burning $61,000 US today. 30% of crypto futures revenue. So that's another $50,000 that's being burned today. And then 20% of sports revenue, which is about $12,000 here. And if you come down, you can see yesterday in the last 24 hours, they burned 110,000. Over the last 7 days, they burned $1 million US. And over the last 30 days, they burned $4 million worth of RLB token, which if you remember the market cap, it's at 201 million. So they burned 2% of the total supply in just the last 30 days. And if you allow me to get a little bit silly with some projections here, Stake, remembering, made $2.6 billion in 1 year. Now, I know Stake are a lot bigger than rollbit, but let's fast forward this scenario 5 years, 10 years as more online gambling becomes a massive thing and people have lots of problems with it, but they're all throwing their money into it because it's there on social media and they get addicted. They think you can win. Because a 9-to-5 job has just been not paying the bills because inflation is so crazy and you don't know about cryptocurrency, and so you're trying to gamble your way through success. So let's just say in 10 years from now, someone like RLB might be matching this revenue. Well, that would mean in that year alone, they would burn more than their market cap is currently valued at. And if you are having a look at their token, I know this doesn't really make a difference. They did go from Solana onto ETH and now fully ETH, but they have had a really nice pullback, which is counterintuitive to think that they have burned $80 million over this time in buyback and burns. And so for me, for a profitable business with over 1 million users to be having a program like this, and then you go and look at something like Axie Infinity, so I was like comparing it to, in the last bull run, they had a $10 billion circulating. Remember, rollbit is fully diluted. This was a $44 billion fully circulating valuation on a game that made a lot less money than rollbit's making. To think that couldn't 100x would be somewhat naive. Now, I do think that could 100x, but even then, if we shoot for 100x and we end up somewhere at a 10x, that's a pretty good deal. They also are really strong on socials. They've sponsored FaZe Clan as an esports team, and you can see they say they're crypto's most innovative casino. Also, they're posting so often, 53 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 6 hours ago, and they post very interesting things, like they talk about the NBA, they can ride these sorts of trends, encourage lots of volume to be bet, they've got memes going on, and they get pretty good engagement, a few thousand views per post, and you can see this is all still posted within the day. So they have a strong team in terms of their social media presence. Their buy and burn just seems incredible, and to be honest, I'm a bit shocked that rollbit has been rolling back. Since almost being at $1 billion market cap already, they hit 800 million and then started turning backward. So I do think this token has a lot of potential personally. And at the moment, it is ranked equal first with OpenGPU, which we'll be breaking down on this channel. If you want to see the full breakdowns of these tokens, once again, they're in the inner circle. The link is in the description below if you want to join. Get ahead of the mainstream and make a bunch of money in this next upcoming bull run. We'd love to have you. But whether you're an Inner Circle member or not, I want to hear your thoughts on rollbit. What do you think about rollbit? Please leave your comments below so I can read them and decide if this is going to be our 50K play.